Hi, I'm Chris Kleisman from Citizens for Responsible Government. As part of the Take Charge Wisconsin project, we're here to interview several of the candidates and public officials that we hope to be working directly with as we help teach citizens how to engage their government and move forward in Wisconsin. We're here today with several candidates. The first one I'm going to talk to today is Red Arnold, a first-time general election candidate for 7th District State Senate. Hi, Red. Thanks for talking with us. For years, you go on through your life, you do a lot of things, then one day you wake up and you say, I'm going to run for public office. This is something very, very, very few people do. There's usually some motivation. What happened? Why did you wake up one day and say, I need to step up and do something? What were those reasons?
Well, many years ago, about 10 years ago, 8 years ago, my grandfather, when he was still alive, he was born in 1914. He lived through the Depression, he lived through Prohibition, he lived through the World War, the post-war boom, the Great Society, the Reagan years, the oil embargo, the rise of militant Islam, the dot-com boom, NAFTA. After all that, one of the last things he ever said to me was, this country is finished. And at the time I said, yeah, okay, whatever. And he's just an old guy talking. Well, as the years went by, I started realizing what he was talking about and noticing that there's so much polarization. Instead of actually getting a job done, it's the old adage, if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself.
You talk about polarization. What do you see going on? Is there an opportunity for us to work together? If we get new blood such as yourself, if the people truly come together, what can we accomplish?
Well, having just what you said, new blood in there, because the idea is chocolate, peanut butter. Well, why don't you mix it?
Exactly.
Oh, new idea. Well, it's actually an old idea. It's just we've forgotten it because we've gone chocolate and peanut butter so much in the last few years that we forgot that there's this middle ground. And having somebody new in there that isn't persuaded, that doesn't have an agenda, that doesn't have a side to pick, I think is going to be the key to actually changing this stalemate that we're in.
Any particular problems? How did we get to where we are today? I mean, what are those insurmountable problems, and what were those forces that made it necessary for people like you to wake up and have that epiphany that says, I need to be in public office?
Well, just like anything, people need to survive. And when a means of survival, as in your job, your work, what you do, start getting into that decision-making process in politics, I think that's one of the things. We've forgotten our roots. We've forgotten where we looked at this as a job instead of a service. So again, I think that's another idea and a way of looking at it that's really going to change, or it's going to be what changes our perspective as politics, looking at in from the outside and both looking outside in.
Well, Red, I think you've hit on some great issues, and we look forward to working with you. And thank you very much for stepping up. And I think the future holds nothing but opportunities for all of us. Thanks again.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.